Hello folks, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. I'm 𝘊𝘰𝘳𝘀𝘵𝑗𝑎𝑑𝑒𝑠, and yeah, I'm just testing out here whether or not this temp shift plate is gonna block off this geyser. Yeah, I've done a little bit of work just kind of planning out where we're gonna have this water lay. This let's face it, this is more space than we need for salt water, considering I'm not even gonna touch the salt water unless we absolutely need it. So I may even just let the salt water stop there. Here we go. It is gonna erupt in 19 seconds or so. So yeah, oh yeah, good news. The hermit loved his food. We had some, what was it? The spicy tofu come out of the printer. I gave it to him. He gave us a tip. Thought we worked for Grubhub. So it was great. I lived out my fantasies of being a delivery man, and that did not work. Wow. Okay, that's supposed to be the tile that does it. Let's try the one beside it and see if we can't. You know what? Let's just draw all of them. Because it would be nice if we could cap them in that way. Now, I don't need to cap these. It's, again, I'd rather test it before we go and open up an iron volcano. But yeah, there we are. Also have a couple changes with the cooling loop. I had to add this because we were too effective at cooling down the aluminum. And you can see, actually, there's only 300 and some odd degrees in there. And when we get some water coming through the insulated pipe underneath there, we will see 54 degrees. So it just erupted recently. Basically how I have it set up is now, again, we go into this reservoir, but instead of circulating it back in here, which this whole thing was actually, I mean, it was okay, I guess, but what I had done at first was start circulating this water back through there. And that just wasn't working, so we have some extra pipes I can take out of there. Someone's scalding. Twisted soul. Oh no. It's very hot. Anyways, it doesn't look like it has stopped with that tile. I don't think temp shift plates are going to do it. I think we got to be very careful about how we open up volcanoes. I did add an extra utility, and I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to use it. It's a thermal interface plate. It is everything I wished a temp shift plate would be. If we look at the description for this thing, transfers heat between buildings even if they are in complete vacuum. Prevents gas and liquid loss in space. Let's see, something blah blah blah. Okay, I don't know what that is, but basically, the way I look at it is if you have a temp shift plate, it should work off of conduction, right? So it conducts between the next temp shift plate, and then if there's something over top of the temp shift plate, it should be contacting that and transferring that energy. It doesn't really work in a vacuum, though, and I don't understand why. So we may give that a shot. Legon's burning up now. In truth, we can start getting them back into suits, but yeah, so these temp shift plates, these are just regular old temp shift plates, do not work for that use, it appears, which is disappointing. I might try drywall. Maybe I'm misremembering the comments. And that could be the case, so we'll try drywall after that, and we'll see what happens. This guy's dormant anyways. We should actually analyze it. Oh yeah, and good news, everyone. Good news, everyone. I reset all the priorities to 3, except for a few I have put back to 5. In fact, these ones don't even need to be 5. They're scalding, they're scalding, they're scalding. You're fine. You're fine. I had to specifically tell dupes to sweep these suits because they weren't being taken from the exosuit forge over here. They were just sitting on the ground forever. I mean, really the problem there is just the priority creep has gotten to be too much. I'm hoping with the with the reset in priority and the automation that we've added, stuff's not going to matter so much anymore. Really, we just need like, we need a fairly high priority here, which is why I set 7 to sweep or to wrangle any stone hatchlings out to their various places. And so these are all set to 3. This one is set to 2 because this is a last resort drowner. And then everything else is just mostly down to dupe priorities, the jobs that they are given, right? So hopefully that's going to work better. I am still, of course, setting things to be built at priority 8 because I'm stupid. Frankly, just like, I forget that I don't need to. I can just put it priority 5 and it'll get done fast. But in any case, let's try drywall. That was under, I think, furniture. Wallpaper? No, drywall. Base? Drywall. Here we go. We'll try that. Should be a lot faster to make anyways. Of course, yeah, priority 8. It'll get done. And then we'll find out when this thing is back in action, as soon as 𝘬𝘬𝘳𝘭𝘥 is done figuring it out. Because that's ideal. I think what'll happen is I'll take this cooling line and we'll cool down the water first, and then if there's extra cooling power to be had... Scalding. If there's extra cooling power to be had, then we'll cool down the salt water. Because, this, like I say, the salt water is kind of a last resort. It's there if we need it, but why purify it if we don't need it actively? We have a fair amount of water still in here. Of course, remember, yeah, this thing's almost full too. So we got 200,000 kilograms in storage. Well, plus these little guys, but they only have 2.5. No, 2,500 kilograms each. So not a big deal. There's a lot of water being stored is the point. So it's okay. Anyways, yeah, because we were cooling down this aluminum so fast that we would end up with coolant coming through. There's one, it's like 40, 44 degrees, 45 degrees, which would put some heat into here, but not enough. Ideally, I would like the water to come back at around 60 or let's say above 55 degrees, and that wasn't happening. So it was coming back too warm, going back in, and this thing was just staying cool, relatively speaking, 130 degrees, which means we produce less power. The whole thing is just less efficient. And there's just room there. There's overhead for us to go ahead and cool down water. You can see up here it's like 75 degrees. And then down here it's like 57. And this thing has been erupting this whole time. So there's definitely some cooling happening there. It's hard to tell this way, but it's there. It's cooling. If we start with an empty reservoir, I think we have some real potential to keep an active water source cool, rather than trying to catch up. Sorry, they were telling me about toilets, and there was a brief instance. I think that was what, during last episode or one of the episodes yesterday, because we did 2, right? Where the toilets were not evacuating, and that would have been real messy. But no, things are fine. It's just downtime. What else have I been working on? Not too much. We have the beginnings of some infrastructure in here to cool down iron, and I was almost thinking of utilizing some of this cooling for it, but again, we're just gonna redo the whole cooling situation. Oh yeah, and there's also the fact that I don't need these generators anymore. We can get rid of all of these. Yeah, none of these are necessary anymore. Of course, I'm on background building, so I'm not going to be getting rid of anything that way. Come on then, game. Here we go. Goodbye, coal generators. You've been here a long time. I appreciate you. But you've been replaced with coal generators that are just better laid out. Coal, we're sitting at like 22.7 tons there. 34 tons there, etc., etc. I really don't see the point in having a difference here. It just means they're going to turn on and off more often. By a difference here, I mean in the smart batteries, when these guys all turn on and off. It doesn't, as long as they are set as the last resort after the steam turbines and the hydrogen generators, I think we're good to go. There are other things we could be doing with the heat, and I think maybe we'll consider that with this minor volcano eventually, because we're going to need the rock out of there. But we could be, for instance, boiling off oil to make petroleum. Mind you, we have to be very specific about the temperature for that. That's the wallpaper, not the oil. Right, vaporization point is 399 degrees for that. For petroleum, it is 538. So you've got that 138 degree range where you can make petroleum. And then that'll turn into sour gas. I don't know what we do with sour gas. It's probably useful, but I've never really dealt with it. But if we make a kind of a heat reservoir down here, we use some door automation, mechanized airlocks, and use that as a conductor that we can turn on and off at will. Then we can create a boiler over here to make ourselves petroleum, with which we do stuff. Yes, stuff. How much more food do you need? Knock on door, deliver food to mailbox. It's 33% done, so we need 2 more types of food. And we gotta improve the nearby decor. You know what? You can just hang out in there. I don't really care. I don't really need you right now. I am curious, though. We'll get him at some point, but I think we're gonna have to go to the other planet and get some other stuff first, because I have not seen a seed for a nosh bean. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called, right? I have not seen that at all come through the printer. So, I mean, we can do the surf and turf, and I don't know what else. But we gotta get this natural gas. It's coming soon, but I'll probably spend some time between episodes letting them continue to dig stuff out, because that's, we're almost done over here. Sort of. And I decided to take some of this area out. Let that coolness out, but then we'll preserve the rest of this for, I don't know, reasons. There's unknown mutation there. Unidentified subspecies times 18. Okay. Cool. We'll check them out at some point. See, a little speck of water we'll get rid of. The ice can go in here. I should probably turn on some priority for those. We'll go for 6 on those ones, 5 for the top, because that's the way that's gonna go. So ideally they're gonna put a bunch of ice in there, just like so. Oh, actually he's distributing it so it melts sooner. Okay. It's quite cool in there. We could be moving some of this up. Let's just set it to 45 degrees so we start pumping again. And we're doing pretty well water-wise, I think, overall. Right, well, should we have a project? I don't know. I feel like this is going to be one of those in-between episodes where I don't have a big project to do right now. But I am very concerned about just making sure stuff is moving along. Like, we're gonna close that up now. We got some polluted air in here, so I'm just trying to let it clear out. And maybe we'll put that guy there. Run some wires over. We could, I suppose, now that this cooling loop is really only doing the base and this water down here, which we don't really need to cool at this moment, we could look at revamping that whole system. We could indeed. Radiation. Someone's getting radiated. Idleness. Ari is idle. You're probably not allowed outside, so I'm not too surprised by that. What are you doing? Where are you going? Oh, yes. I've told them that they can manually load coal into there, which will help when it comes to getting all this coal picked up, but really I should ship it off into that network. If we look here, I suppose we go to sweep only, we go to coal, we max it out, and then we put fairly high priority, and I'm going to go with 6 sweep commands and pick up all the coal from around here. It'll get dropped into there. Yeah, there's only 20 tons of coal, so now it's good. It's going to sweep up a fair bit. And then, do we let the dupes do the rest? I don't know. And then we should just ship it right into the network that it's got set up, right? Let's see. We'll have to ship out of here. Down across here. It's very quiet now. And hook it up there. And that'll move that coal. Conveyor loader. Someone had mentioned, why not use conveyor receptacles down this end? And I just don't see a need to. There's no harm in letting the coal sit on the floor. We have our storage configured to not pick up coal. So for instance, dupes are not going to try and put coal here into our storage. I made sure it's not in this one as well. That's polluted dirt, rot pile, and slime in there. Probably bleach stone and oxalite as well. Yeah. So we have 3 bins there to take care of that stuff that could off-gas. And otherwise, coal is just going to be distributed via this loader and this system that we're setting up. It will just be distributed to here. And if we ever need coal for medicines and that kind of thing, we can just, the dupes can just get it from here. It's a pretty direct trip, so I'm not super worried about it. Hey, we got dupes in suits again. That's a really good thing. So, gonna be much less suffocation and much less burning, which is always nice. Speaking of which, what's the temperature in here? It's pretty good. You're idle. You go dormant in 10 cycles. I think we can be patient and wait for that that aluminum to cool down a little bit more. We have a fair bit in there. There's 1,000 kilograms. There's 2,500 kilograms plus whatever's frozen there. But yeah, this guy is going to start being active in 12.3 cycles, and I'd like to get cooling set up for that space first. So we're going to have to come in, and I actually think we're going to cool from this end. I would really love it. Actually, I can. Never mind. Hold on. We can use aluminum. This is a low temperature kind of thing. I think that's as far as we're going to need to go. And because it'll pick up all the heat the water can give by that point. And we'll send it back. So it'll go there. This will go here. And if we so choose at that point, I guess what I could do... we could go on to cool the salt water. So let me think about this. Yeah, this is going to come off, go there. This, we're going to put in another bridge. Try and make this somewhat sensible. This will come here. Oh, geez. What am I doing? Give me bridge. Bridge go back. Attach there. So, in and back. cancel those two, and then it'll go around here and up. So the primary cooling will be done in the water, and then we may end up dumping heat in the salt water, but what should happen is this will remain at the max temperature of this, ideally. I think while the aluminum volcano is dormant, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to delete heat. So that's what I want to make sure, is that we're deleting as much heat as we possibly can throughout this whole cycle. And that's going to be a fair bit of work at priority 8, of course. Well, just, it's fine. let him do it. The other thing I do want to look at, and part of why I want this all mined out, is is I want to build another cooling loop. I'm going to prioritize the ladders here with priority 5, and then I'll throw priority 4 on the digging. Oh, what have I just pressed? Please, please, game. So our little construction project down there is still going to get done first. And then they should come look after this. They're going to need another ladder here. We'll leave that high priority. Just to make that trip that little bit faster. The trip to this transit tube access. Well, let's just let him get it done. There we go. That is ready to go. So it's a little bit of a figure 8, but I mean, it's a pretty wonky 8. But this is what it's meant to do. Go cool the fresh water first, and then cool the salt water afterwards if it has any cooling left to give. And I'm totally fine with it cooling down that area until the water actually starts coming out of there. I would like to, well, we definitely have it queued, some sweeping happening on the hotspots there. And when it comes down to it, after I'm done this round of digging down to this level, I'm going to set up sweepers and clean up everything that has been mined. I'm kind of thinking about it now is like, we're still going to mine down this other stuff, so maybe I should just mine the whole thing down. It's just going to be many cycles of mining, and I'm not sure if I really want to commit to that with the amount of lag that we're having. I mean, we're running at 15 frames per second. It's not super great. What's amazing is it's still playable, but there is a certain lag between jobs when they're updating liquid pipes and things like that. It takes some time. Really should just have this wall open for now, so we can just hop in there and get that stuff. But yeah, all the storage needs to be kind of amalgamated on one tile. That I think would do best performance-wise, and all in due time we'll do something like that. There you go, pick up that granite. Good on ya. Good on ya. All things considered, this area is running fairly efficiently, because this transit tube access is certainly working overtime. It's getting the job done though. Let's see, where are you going? All the way down there to do what? To deliver sand. Okay, fair enough. Trying to keep the air as clean as I can possibly make it. But it would be real nice eventually to get everything stable so that we're not dumping polluted oxygen into the atmosphere. And then just suck up everything that can be sucked up and stored. And then an area like this and close it, with a CO2 well at the bottom that we just actively pump out. And then we're not just releasing the carbon into an area like this. This is probably causing a fair amount of processing because of all those just shifting gases figuring their way out. Alright, what do we have going on here? We got a pip. Sure, we'll take a pipsqueak. We'll let it run around. We do actually have arbor acorns, 4 of them now. They have been coming up in as printables. So maybe we'll start growing that so we can make some ethanol. You can turn the wood that gets harvested into ethanol. Pips, of course, will survive off of that stuff too, so we could do pip ranching if we really wanted to. I don't know if that's necessary. We have enough food as it is. We got a ton of frost buns right now too, because we probably picked up a lot of seeds in this area. So yeah, they're working on this bit. I do want this mopped out. But maybe we'll just be patient and wait for them to get this stuff. We're gonna ask this to be swept aside, that to be swept, and yeah, it'll need to be done more than that. Oh, I love that little artifact, the little diggy artifact there of a busted tile. So yeah, things are going pretty well, I think. You see, that's coming down at, you know, about 40 degrees and then leaving at 63 degrees. So it's, you know, per packet, 20 degrees of energy being taken away and then run through these guys and deleted is nice. Actually, it's the steam turbines that do the greater part of the deletion, I think. They work together anyways. Right, it does delete 15 degrees. Just automatically. Yeah, why are some of you on and some of you aren't? I think, yeah, there's some discrepancy in the battery charge, which is really weird to me. Very, very strange. Idleness. Is it time to let these guys out of the base? Well, let's have a look at someone like Ada. You've got all the skills you need, but your athletics is only 7. But I mean, yeah, if you've got mechatronics engineering, but that's not, actually that is the one, isn't it? The one, it is the one. Exosuit training. No, mechatronics engineering is different. I'm trying to keep it down to people who have exosuit training, but I didn't know. How do you have... Oh yeah, because you started with one of these skills. Must have been Critter Ranching 1. So we never had to give you improved farming. You can be another doctor? Sure, we'll give you a doctor skill. Ari's got a skill point. You can get exosuit training. You're doing pretty good. Why not? Why don't we just open it up to Ada and Ruby? They're the... Oh, and Ari. I think Ari's gonna be slow. We'll make it happen. What is happening with this suit here? Ah, yes. If I go priority 5 on these, it's pretty important that the suits get hung back up. And it's not really happening. They need to be delivered. I really should turn these back onto vacancy only. So if there's a place to put a suit, then you can come back in. So we should never have more suits than we have. Well, we did make extra suits. It's not that we don't have more suits, but we should never have more people outside than we have docks. Because we have more than... Oh, never mind. We only have 18 docks and we have 19 people. So someone's gonna get trapped. Either inside or outside will be the question. But yeah, I would like this to be like swept, be put aside. This is the thing that was frustrating me before. So they need to hang up their suits, man. Yeah, pick up the suits, take them downstairs. Where are you going with that suit? You're... Oh, yeah, okay. They're coming all the way around while wearing a suit. Handling a suit. No, never mind. What was I looking at? I don't know. I want them hung up, though. Deliver. 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 Wonder if I just keep everyone inside for a minute. I mean, that would be a way of resetting it so that we only have so many suits, but... Oh, hey, they're done here. Alright. Let's just clean this up. Polluted water. Is there a bunch of ice kicking around in here? I see salt, ceramic... Crap from our building project, and oh, there's some polluted ice in there. Let's make sure we have storage for polluted ice. I might have neglected that. And also, want all this stuff swept off the walls, please. Okay, polluted ice ideally should be taken down here. And we're gonna put a priority 6 on that. Copy that through there. We dealt with the ice in here already. You can see it's already been distributed. How are we doing in here? I think I set both of these to 99 last time I was looking at it, so some work is being done at least. This cooling solution, again, is not the best, but it's doing something anyways. What do we have this set to? You know what? Just, oh, 42. Let's get a couple more jobs out of it. The thermal nullifiers are not so hot. Pun not intended, but I'll own it. They're just not that... I just find they're not that useful. They could stand a little buff. Is all I'm saying. Someone sticker bomb down here. It's a nice one. I like that. It's like a 𝘊𝘵𝘮𝘃𝑝ℎ𝑎ppy-face. We should probably deal with all this water at some point in time. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think we just mine the whole thing right down to the abyssal layer above the oil, which we have none here. Ooh, we got a something down here. That's going to be interesting to find out. That's a new one. Of course, we got oil reservoirs and so on and so forth. Yeah, cancel that for now. So we'll keep things relatively separate and just collect all the junk on the map. There's a lot of it. Where did all this crappy water come from? Did this all come from here? Yeah, it spilled over. Alright, we gotta clean this up. I mean, that would be pea water on pea water. It wouldn't be that bad, but I don't want this mess covering everything else, especially being in the water reservoir. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, let's have a different sort of access for that. Of course, it's gonna release more stupid polluted oxygen. There we go. That'll be the in-out of that. I'll leave that one open for the polluted oxygen. That's going to end up sitting there. Yeah, we're only 9 cycles out before that's ready. Yeah. That's another thing I should prioritize. And we'll do it at a priority 4. Drop off the water, the salt water, the polluted water. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go up on that to 6. It's somewhat important. It's probably more important for the polluted water than the water, because the water can sit around in a bottle and not cause any harm. This is going to release gas, which is annoying. There we go. Nice work picking up the sulfur. I'm gonna take it and store it, I guess. It's really inefficient what I'm doing, if I think about it. I should just have a sweep bin out here, but I don't know, I'm being stubborn about it, I guess. Just so they get the stuff out of here and into a bin, and then later we can use auto sweepers to send it off to a storage point. Actually, yeah, looking at this happen, it's not good. It's not great. Alright, someone come and deconstruct this crap, please. Of course, yeah, I put the sweep priority too high. That's why they're rushing into there non-stop. Oh, the leg. Feels good, man. Yeah, really, where's the dupes with the deconstruction capabilities here? You coming to deconstruct? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. See? It takes an awful long time for them to figure out their jobs sometimes. Alright. Try moving over here, see if you build that right away. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. We'll slow down the speed 1 because it doesn't seem to make any much difference. There we go, deliver that stuff. And then I can have things swept to a central point. Pardon me. And work that out. This is going to have to be auto-swept out. And we're going to set this sweep only all except for eggs. Consumable ore? Probably not. Liquefiable. Should probably do the same thing up here. Well, I think just between episodes, I'll continue to try and clean up some things and get some more digging done, but I probably won't build any, you know, major systems. The one thing I am curious about, this is still idle. I'm waiting for it to go dormant before we crack it open and really set up this system. I think we probably could make it happen while it's active. But that is the one system that needs to be set up here, is an aqua tuner setup to cool down this volcano. And what else? Probably just that volcano. Because we're not... I mean, this is the other thing. I could just utilize this. But I'm not sure I want to do that. I'm not sure I want to do that. Actually, I'm becoming more sure I do want to do that for this reason. I want to create a system that takes a heat source, takes our cooled aqua tuner stuff, and heats it up to 25 degrees again, runs that 25 degrees through the base to average out the temperature, or say 20 degrees even, to make sure that the base is kept at a stable temperature, and then heat it up again to 60-ish degrees or something like that, so we can run it back through the aqua tuners, create enough heat for the steam turbines to run efficiently, and so on and so forth. I was kind of banking on the coal generators for that. That would be a really long system if I'm sighting it off of this one up here. Not saying we can't do it, it's just something to consider. It is going to get really warm down there if I don't actively cool it, and this system is going to have its hands full. It's going to have its pipes full, cooling down this much water. Yep. As it is, we're trying to cool down from like 40 degrees in here anyways. So maybe that's what we'll do. Take this water that's coming out of here cold, run it through a radiator type system, a really loose radiator. Why don't I just start planning this out? Because we've got the space for it, and which I really like. So we take just something like an obsidian pipe, who's not going to heat up super fast. Or we use a radiant pipe out of aluminum. That's another option. But I just don't want it to pick up too much heat too fast. Yeah, okay. What would be another option? Something like... Well, let's have a look. We got copper. We've never even refined gold. No, sorry, here's gold. Here's aluminum. That's iron. It is a conductivity of 110. That's 410, and that's 120 for gold. I'd rather use the iron because we're gonna be using that. So if we use radiant pipe out of iron, we make one piece here, a return line here, something like this. I'm changing my mind. Let me show you what I mean when I build it. Give me 1 second. Alright, so the concept is this. We take our cold water from all the way up here, super inefficient, probably worthwhile not doing this. Super inefficient with regard to length of the system. It's gonna be long, but I did choose to put my coal generators down here, not next to the base, after all. The base piping will be probably redone to look, I don't know, maybe a little more regular, because it's kind of like comes down here, goes over there, and then just kind of hugs over here, and then goes, yeah, it's a little bit chaotic. If we go down and up twice, I think that would be quite fine. Anyways, input comes down, reads the temperature. If it is below 25 degrees, it'll go down through here and back up, and then it'll hit another sensor, which I forgot to place. Before each one of these, there'll be one here, so that'll be there. We just have a ladder in the way. Comes here, soaks up some heat. If it's still below 25 degrees, it'll go down and soak up some heat, etc., etc. If it's above 25 degrees, it'll just carry on and, or say 20 degrees, anyways. It'll regulate the base temperature and then go back through the cooling. And, we could consider adding some extra heat to it somewhere. But I honestly think that the coal generators would be a really good, a really good way of doing that. They are going to produce enough heat, but not so much. I think that it's going to be super overwhelming. But who knows? Maybe it will be. I think what might be smarter, though, is to just decommission this and build another another cooler under here. Or here. Doesn't really matter that much, just as long as we have space for it. It's a long way from the base. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit, because is this really where I want the coal generators? I don't know. If we're gonna be living up here and regulating this part of the base, why didn't I put the coal generators over here and use it to cool down some volcano? I don't know. I just thought this was a nice out of the way area, and it sure is out of the way. Hold on a second, dupes. I just wanted to map it out. I don't need to build it right now. What do you guys think? Do we just keep it here? Because that didn't take that long to build, and it's not complicated. We could just as well do it over here. And we were thinking about in the comments there that that pod-shaped one. We could do that, and it would cut down on the number of auto sweepers that we're employing, because we could do 7. We could do 7 generators per auto sweeper. Now that's a difference of 120 watts and 2k DTUs of heat generation, which if we're using that heat to produce power is not that big a deal anyways. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on whether or not we should resite this place to what's going to be, because the base is going to basically move to here in time. That's a major build though. We need to definitely finish up a couple things like all the digging, and then work on removing some ladder systems so that we're not pathing all over the place. Yeah, get a proper transit tube system all over the asteroid and go from there. We're almost there. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling a sense of chaos when I look at all of this going on. And kind of wish I had a master plan. In a sense. We would always have to, you know, dodge around vents and volcanoes and things, but I don't know, that could be alright. Alright, I'm out of energy. I must go refuel. Thank you for watching, folks. Appreciate all the kind words in the comments. Yeah, have a great weekend. I'm seriously brain dead right now, so I'm just gonna say goodbye, okay? Goodbye!